this is Caleb from Millennial Z in a completely different type of video than what you're used to seeing. I can't even call this Hobbit-like, to be honest, because when I think of Hobbit fishing, I think of warm sunny days and lazy naps by the river. But today is none of those things. So we have absolutely no idea what we're doing. We spent a good deal of time in the summer fishing and catching nice sized catfish and just learning and doing a lot of cool stuff. And so we're kind of doing the same thing here, getting our feet wet, metaphorically speaking, not literally today, that would suck, and messing around with some ice fishing. So what we did is we went out yesterday and with our regular fishing poles and found a hole somebody left and kind of used it and didn't really catch anything. Today we met some friends on Facebook in a group for our lake, and made a couple stops at Walmart, and here we are. So kind of took a different spin on the video. When I made the channel, it was 100% for hanging out with my kids and doing some games with them, and whatever we were into, that's what we do videos on. And I kind of really kept with the games, but you know, a lot of our time has been spent doing some other activities as well. So my heart for the channel is just a hobby to show what we're doing with the kids, and well, that's kind of what we're doing today. So I'll keep you posted, we'll let you know how it goes. Alright, so here we are on the way home, and that was a very uneventful day on the ice, but it was still fun. We got to cook lunch, and you know, got our lines wet in the water. That's really what you get out there. That's, you know, that's why they call it fishing and not catching, eh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right. 100%. But it is we did learn a couple things. So number one, I learned a long time ago that you always want to talk to people whenever you get a chance, and I'm not very sociable by nature, and so, you know, I had to bring myself to communicate. But as I interacted with a couple of different people, we got a couple different clues. So nobody wants to give away everything, right? Give away all their good fishing spots and how to catch them and so on. You know, you got to work for that. But one thing I did pick up on was that they tend to bite a lot earlier than what we were out. So next weekend we are going to go out earlier. You know, we're going to adapt and figure out the best ways to go. We also got pointed to a different spot that might have a little bit more success as well. So it's all the fun, and you know, we'll see how it goes next time. Hey, it's Caleb here. We are on week 3 of ice fishing, and it's been rough, I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's always tough doing something without getting into something or learning a new hobby without somebody to kind of show you the ropes. And I'm really thankful for you know, things like YouTube, and you know, we have a really great Facebook community for the lake that I fish, and so I've gotten a lot of good feedback, and I have ended up I caught a small you know, pumpkin seed, and I actually caught a shiner, which are basically used for bait and that, but he took my hook, which I found, you know, kind of funny. But other than that, I've not had a lot of luck. So it was about 14 degrees this morning when I started, and just checking, it's about 19 now, so it's still pretty cold. I've been fishing a particular marina for a while. There's a lot of people, a couple hundred people out here, so, but it's really hit and miss when you hear the reports on Facebook. So you hear some guys are catching, you know, 20, 30 fish, and other guys are getting absolutely skunked. They're catching one, and it's kind of crowded, you know, so I don't want to move around a whole lot. So what I'm doing is I'm going to head up to another, it's a launch that gives me access to a nice basin, nice flat out in more the middle of the lake. So, you know, it's probably, the lake has a couple points that get down to 30 feet. Most of it's 25, of the real deep spots. So this is a nice basin that sets right around 25 feet deep. And I'm gonna head up there, walk out. I mean, it's a good walk to the middle of the lake, but I'm gonna walk out that way and give it a shot, yeah, and see what we can get. So, you know, as far as the learning curve goes, well, you know, again, this started as a project with my kids, and they've abandoned me. So I'm kind of just doing it because once I start something, I really want to keep up with it, and I've put a little bit of money into it too. So basically my strategy is I've listened to what local guys are using, and so I've changed up some of my live bait. I've added some live bait, some wax worms and some minnows, and then I've also watched a wider variety of stuff on YouTube. Less stuff on walleye, more stuff on perch and panfish. So at this point I just want to catch something. So I've kind of changed. I bought a few lures and a couple different spoons and jigs and what have you. So I'm messing around with a lot of that kind of stuff, and you know, messing around with some different jigging techniques. And I think, you know what, we're just gonna have to see what happens. So I'm on my way, and hopefully catch our fish. Alright, it is freezing out here. The wind is horrible. I've hopped 6 or 7 different spots. My arms are killing me because I'm out of shape and I'm a baby. But I finally landed one today. And you know what? He's not tiny. I mean, you know, he's a bluegill, right? But well, pumpkin seed probably. But, you know, for the sake of that, for what he is, he's pretty good. And it's the second or third bite. I missed a couple. And so now I'm on a roll. Ladies and gentlemen, the fish are on.
Dad, I'll see.